Hello and welcome to Full Movie Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Freya.
This is a podcast which basically just says about some of our favourite films or films we haven't seen in years. Me and Freya have been together for 10 years. We keep banging on about Pulp Fiction and saying we should watch that, but we always go, well, we've seen it recently.
Yeah.
In actual fact, we haven't.
Yeah.
In our entire relationship, which is like coming up to 11 years now, we've never seen it. So we're just going to be talking about films that we like or films that we haven't seen in ages. We're not going to be saying, hey, you should watch this.
I am.
All right, okay. Confrontational, but right on. Okay, I like it. That's ballsy. But what we will be doing is discussing some of our favourite films.
Yeah.
So, what film are we discussing this week?
So, fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, escapes, true love, miracles.
Army of Darkness.
Close but no cigar.
Right.
It is, of course, The Princess Bride.
Ah, that shebang. So what's going on with the Princess Bride?
Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about the facts and figures behind the films?
I can't tell you, I'm rubbish with figures, but I'll tell you this. It was directed by Rob Reiner in 1987. He would previously have directed Spinal Tap, one of my personal favourites, Stand By Me, another personal favourite, and would later go on to direct A Few Good Men. It was written by William Goldman, who had previously written... what films? Oh, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, Marathon Man, Stepford Wives, Chaplin, and one of my personal favourite Mel Gibson films of all time, Maverick.
Cool.
What's it about?
So, in summary, Princess Bride is a tale of a sick young boy played by Fred Savage, who's visited in his bed. That sounds wrong. Who's visited while he's in bed by his grandfather, played by
Peter Falk.
Yep.
Columbo.
Columbo.
Worst thing.
Exactly. Who and his grandfather reads him a story about a farm boy turned pirate who encounters numerous obstacles, enemies and allies in his quest to be reunited with his true love.
Oh.
Yes. So, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Sure. I mean, it would have to be. It runs for like an hour and a half. So,
yeah.
If it was that simple, it would be like a minute-long film.
Indeed.
Kid gets sick, grandfather talks to him, tells him a story, the end. Credits.
Indeed. So in that sense, it's kind of, a story within a story. The kind of, real story is that it's this grandfather trying to bond with his grandson. Mm-hmm. But, as he does so, he's telling this action-adventure fairy tale extravaganza.
And the kid's just not into it, is
No.
it?
I mean, it takes grandfather a while to win over his grandson, who's, I want to play my whatever games console. It's like the 80s, so...
Which, by the way, can I say, Fred Savage's voice, he's like 5, and he sounds like a burly East London guy. He's got such a gruffle voice. It sounds like his vocal cords have been stretched through concrete, Well,
he is meant to be 6, so...
I know, but my voice weren't that deep when I was 6.
Well, mine was. That was before the operation. So, rather than bore you with the entire plot of the film, I thought we could look at some of our or my favourite scenes.
You've got a lot of favourite scenes.
I have got a lot of favourite scenes.
What's your favourite film?
It's my favourite film, exactly. So, one of my favourite scenes, or number of scenes, it's a sequence, more than anything, is the 3 tasks that the main character, Wesley, one of the main characters, Wesley, played by Carrie Elves, has to perform in order to get his true love, Buttercup, back from a gang who has kidnapped her.
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
The nicest ones you can find.
The nicest, yes, exactly.
If you want some mercenaries who are nice and friendly and can babysit your child, go to them.
Exactly.
They're nice.
So they are, the boss of the little crew is Vincini, played by Wallace Shawn.
Yep.
He is a Sicilian, and he is the brains of the outfit.
Inconceivable!
Supposedly. And we also have Inigo Montoya,
Which, in this podcast, I hope we will not do that direct quote, but I guess we will.
We might do, yeah.
All right.
Played by Mandy Patinkin.
Who, can I point out,
Yeah.
has done nothing. He's
That's
been
because
like Criminal Minds or something.
That's
NCIS.
because Inigo is the perfect role, and Mandy Patinkin said it was his favourite role of all time.
It's a great role.
So Inigo is a master fencer, and then we have the wonderful, the glorious, the lovable Fezzik, played by the equally lovable Andre the Giant, who is
amazing.
obviously the strength.
Not just a good wrestler. Yeah,
He's a good heart,
He's a good egg.
sweet man.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Do you want to hear a random interesting fact about Andre the Giant in this film?
Always.
So, Andre the Giant, big geezer. Basically, he had a lot of back problems, and all the lifting scenes had to be used with a harness. Because he couldn't actually lift up people. There was only one segment where he was lifting up Robin Wright Penn. Is that her name?
Robin Wright, who
Robin
plays
Wright.
Buttercup.
Yeah. He's holding her and he puts her down quite quickly.
Yeah.
That's the only scene where he could actually lift anything. Those rocks had to be made out of foam because he had such a bad back.
Bless his heart.
I know. Bless his great big size of a giant, enormous heart.
Bless his
Yeah.
giant cotton socks.
Bless that guy who also, he drank, I think it was 56 beers in a bar.
Well, he could drink to excessive amounts and he wouldn't be drunk.
Yeah. That's like, that's the goal.
I mean, same, but
dream. Go
Anyway,
on. Yeah, crack on.
so Wesley has to defeat each of these guys. He sword fights Inigo, who he defeats. It's a brilliant scene. It's hilarious, incredibly well choreographed sword fight, choreographed by the legendary Bob Anderson, who also choreographed for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Once he
The
defeats
Star Wars.
the Star Wars,
The Star Wars. Not just Star Wars. The Star Wars.
the Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
You know the Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
You like the Star Wars.
I like
don't
the
you?
Star Wars.
So once he has defeated Inigo, he goes on to defeat Fezzik
Yep.
in a battle of strength
With a chokehold.
with a goddamn sleeper hold. Appropriate.
It's Wesley! Wesley's on the ropes! He's going! Oh, it's a sleeper hold!
Not actually what happens in the film.
No.
Once he bests Fezzik, he might add he doesn't kill them. They come back later on.
But he shows them respect.
He respects them
Yeah.
as they are equals. However, when it comes to Vincini's a douchebag. Very, very unlikable character. And he challenges him to a battle of wits, to which Wesley proposes that they guess
Battle of Wits.
what. So he takes glasses of wine, puts poison in both,
Or poison.
iocane powder, and essentially Vincini thinks he's tricked Wesley and says look over there and switches the glasses. They drink. Vincini's like, haha, screw you, I'm right, I'm smarter, and then he dies.
Yeah.
And basically Wesley has
An
built up
immunity.
an immunity
Yeah. Immunity
to
to
iocane powder.
Badass.
And he runs off with Buttercup, who eventually discovers his true identity because she doesn't know who he is at this point. So, fantastic.
FYI, if you haven't seen The Princess Bride and you're listening to this podcast, I'm sorry. We should call it full movie spoilers.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't seen it,
We'll do a social media thing.
yeah. If
Fingers
you
crossed.
haven't seen it, then pause this immediately and go and watch it right now.
Yeah. And maybe skip halfway through because we've just explained halfway through to you.
But it's still worth it. I mean, I could watch it every day. So
Yeah.
So, skipping ahead a bit, another favourite scene is the Pit of Despair,
The Pit of Despair.
which basically, essentially, Wesley is captured by Prince Humperdinck, who is
A massive Humperdinck.
a massive Humperdinck. He is engaged to Buttercup, who thought that Wesley was dead. And Humperdinck has promised that he'll let Wesley go, blah, blah. You'll find out if you watch it. But he actually sends him to be tortured. Now, the reason I love this so much is because of Mel Smith.
Mel Smith.
Who plays
Elias Smith and Jones, yeah.
the albino.
Yeah.
Now, he's just so... It's a brief role, but he's so funny, and he just communicates so much through body language, a look, a change of expression. It's, you know, it's really, truly fantastic. I mean, he's also a grotesque character from the way his makeup is done. And actually, Mel Smith said that he can't watch the film because of how painful the contacts were whilst he was performing. And,
No, all white contacts are supposed to be very painful.
And, well, no, it was because he was allergic to the solution.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he was just in pain.
It's
the whole
clearly
time.
not the solution to his problem.
Exactly, but you know, he is.
Terrible joke.
That's why I dismissed it.
Jokes.
So yeah, truly, you know, he's so brilliant. It's such a great moment in the film. Another great and random cameo in this film is Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal is amazing in this
He's
film.
completely unrecognisable,
A bit stereotyping, but it's still hilarious.
but he plays Miracle Max,
Yeah.
who brings Wesley back to life.
Yeah.
Now, apparently in this scene, Mandy Patinkin bruised a rib because he couldn't stop he was trying to hold back the laughter from performing alongside.
As Rob Reiner had a real struggle with this scene as well. He was feeling nauseous because Billy Crystal was making him laugh so much.
And he had to leave the set.
Yeah.
So that's worth watching just to discover why that is. So, I mean, I've talked a lot. What's your favourite scene?
Marriage.
Enough said.
Peter Cook, amazing. So let's round it up.
So the ending to the film is truly beautiful. You know, they're all reunited. Buttercup and Wesley are reunited. The bad guys are defeated. There's such a great sense of closure.
True love prevails.
True love prevails. You know, Fezzik arrives with 4 white horses for them to escape on.
Hello, lady.
Hello, lady. If you know, and Buttercup, there's a beautiful shot of Buttercup jumping from the
Slow
window,
motion,
slow
yeah.
motion. You know, her beautiful dress is, you know, floating. It's just really, really poetic. She looks like a dove or something.
Yeah.
They all jump. They you know, gallop off into the sunset together, and then we're going back to the grandfather and the grandson, and the grandson has been completely won over. And as the grandfather leaves, the grandson says, "Maybe you could come back tomorrow."
So he likes the book. Yeah.
And read it again. And the grandfather says, "As you wish."
Yeah.
Now, this is a callback to the beginning of the story with Wesley and Buttercup, who Wesley would say, "As you wish" to Buttercup,
Yeah.
which really meant "I
It
love
is
you."
it's really beautiful.
So it's a really, really poignant ending.
It does actually. I mean, we watched it then and
Makes
almost
you
bust
bust a tear, bust a
Yeah.
little tear, for sure.
So, how would you rate it? Here's our thing. From The Exorcist, meaning good, to The Exorcist 2, meaning terrible, where do you rate it? How many Exorcists?
15 Exorcists.
15 Exorcists.
All of the Exorcists.
That's good.
How about you?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a fantastic film. And it's hilarious. I give it a wholehearted Exorcist for sure.
Yeah, good,
So-
good. I'm glad to hear it.
Cool. What are we going to watch next week?
I don't know. I think you should choose, maybe.
I mean, I was thinking of The Exorcist, but I think we'll leave that. I think we might do The Breakfast Club.
Ooh, okay. Good
Yeah,
choice.
I haven't seen that for a while.
All right.
So, well, brilliantly read, Freya.
Thanks very much.
And yeah, you've been listening to Full Movie Podcast, the podcast where we give you loads of spoilers, but in a way which you'll like. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.